Okay, great. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming down to the talk today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate one person. I remember I would do a stand-up comedy show, open mic night, of course, in Milwaukee. I'd be at the very end, because I was hilarious. They put me at the end. And it was like me on stage, and like you were, let's say, one of the comedians. That was it. So once you do 25 of those shows, this is a huge audience. Give me a break. Okay, so these are pictures that are just completely random from my phone. This is me. I'm Marcin Kraszewski. I'm on Twitter. I don't know if that's even the correct handle, but I think that'll get you close enough. Okay, so here's the plan for today. We're going to be talking about what is improv. My experience in improv. You're going to get a little crash course, because crash courses are popular. You learn quickly, then you forget quickly. Use cases in life for improv, two main types of improv, how to get started. There will be potentially a jam of some kind of a jam will be happening. Again, I appreciate you're here. It's great. And questions at the end, of course. We always have questions in case you have anything that I haven't answered with this very deep topic. So here's a definition that I literally just copy-pasted from the internet. So what is improv exactly, right? It's a performance, for example, comedy acting, improvised, invented. So the whole thing is that you don't have a script beforehand, right? Why is this important that you don't have a script beforehand? Because I don't know if you realize this, but in most of your interactions with humans, you don't usually have a prepared script. That would be strange, right? You're meeting your friend Bartek for lunch, and you go, all right, now are you going to start this time, or am I going to start? Because I can't wait for the middle here. It gets really great, where you throw the pie at my head, and then your wife calls, and your friend would be like, what do you, dude, we don't have scripted conversations, right? That's crazy, completely crazy. So why not have unscripted improvisational experiences? Why not do that? Okay. So there's a risk, huge risk. You have to have a risk appetite. That's what we say in banking. Improv is often unpredictable, okay? So because there is no script, strange things can happen, unpredictable things. I haven't had anything too bad happen in any shows, but I've seen shows where they get a little bit, they go too far. They go too far. Well, there were some shows where I was doing a show and I had to stop the scene because it was getting crazy. This is just getting crazy. It's improvisation. Okay. So just be ready for it to be unpredictable. All right, so real quick story about my never started startup that wasn't actually a company and really never made any money, but it had a domain name, so I guess you could call it a pseudo startup. So it's called Improv.pl. I registered the domain in 2010 and couldn't find anybody to do improv with in Warsaw in English. 3 years went by, and I met this guy named Ravi Kumar, and he was a college student at the time. And he said, "Hey, I really like improv. I'm gonna be hosting this, this improv night at this cafe." So I said, "Oh, this is great. It's my opportunity to get Improv.pl off the ground. Let's do this. Let's build a team." So I went to the cafe, and it was like a Saturday afternoon, or Thursday afternoon or something. No, Sunday afternoon. Yeah. And it was me, Ravi, and like his friend from school. And I was like, oh, great, this is going to be a tough one. So we did our first show with the entire audience on stage. 3 people total was the entire show. And after the show, I had a meeting with Ravi, and I said, yeah, Ravi, I like you, you're great. I like this idea, had a lot of fun, it was good. My real problem is, I told Ravi, I said, that this is not a show, right? This is a sad collection of 3 people trying to do something interesting, something fun. So we need a plan, I said. We need a plan. And I came up with a plan right there as I was talking to him. I said, listen, Sunday, that's a good part of the week to have an improv show. I'll tell you why. Because it's the end of the week. People are kind of getting nervous about getting back to work on Monday. They don't really want to start too soon. Like my kids say, don't talk about school summer. Right? That's kind of the idea with Sunday. Sunday's still, it's not work yet. You're not at work yet. Please, God, don't talk about Monday. So he said, yeah, that's a great idea. And I said, okay, but hold on. But that's not the point that we just do it on Sunday. We have to do it every single Sunday. Okay? I don't care if it's Easter. I don't care what's going on. Every single Sunday we have to be here at this cafe and we have to do whatever it is that we're doing. We're not really sure exactly how we're going to organize it. So he said, yeah, let's do that. You know, he's a student, he has enough time. I had like small kids at the time, so my wife took a huge burden here. She really helped me out to do this improv dream. And after several months, it started to grow a little bit. So we'd have 5 people in the audience, then we'd have like 10, 12, 13. And eventually we got to the point where we had like 80 to 90 people going to the show, paying tens of what each. And it turned into something that was, it was a lot of fun. It was very popular among sort of the expat crowd in Warsaw. And one thing we did that was really rare, and this is why I consider it in a sense like I want to say pseudo startup because it had nothing to do with money or anything like that, but is that we would recruit people as we would go on. They, like after a show, they would come up to us and they would say, wow, that was a great show. And we'd say, yeah, thanks. But then that wouldn't end the conversation. They would say, no, but I mean like, you know, how do I get involved? And I would look at Ravi and be like, well, you know, we have only 2 people, so 3 would be great. So that grew to 15 people on our team, and we had enough momentum to have this show all the time, and everything was going great. But as one of the co-founders, I thought to myself, I got to get this Improv.pl, let's make this bigger. Let's turn this into something. So I came up with this whole plan, this whole idea for, like the big idea, right? I wanted to have like these organically formed improv teams all over Poland. And they would do maybe shows at regular intervals. So, and there'd be like a show every Sunday, so we could do like a webcast of all these people all together all across Poland doing improv. Like, this is awesome. And I went to my team and I said, and that's the idea. And they're like, yeah, well, the thing is, we really just like to do this for fun, so we're not interested. And I got, you know, sunk. It crushed me a little bit because I was like, here are these people that are working with me for 3, 4, 5 years. They love improvisation. They love doing what this is that you're about to learn what it is. But they're just not into the whole idea of making it into like a business or anything. So that didn't pan out. But it was just a great lesson in, you know, you got to figure out when you have people that you're recruiting, whatever it is, a team, a cult, a company, a country, you just want to make sure that you're on the same page, right? I think when I started with Ravi, with the team, I think that there was an idea that we were going to make this into something bigger, but his motivation changed over time. Mine was focused. So it was interesting experience. That ended at more or less 2018. Okay. Oh, and by the way, just for fun, the domain expired, and then this super awesome website is squatting on it right now. So that's awesome. Okay, so these are easy to digest rules of improv for beginners. I assume you're all beginners, although there might be some hidden gems of improv magic here that we don't know about because you haven't told us that you're doing improv. So the first one, you've heard this probably a lot of times in improv, is yes and, right? So this is a huge idea. You're supposed to, when you're having a conversation, let's say an interaction, you want to take that conversation somewhere, okay? And the idea of yes and is to say, I acknowledge what you said, like I totally understand. Let me build on that, right? Let me add to that. Let's take it in this direction. Let's see where it's going. And then your conversation partner will say, that's a great point. How about we bring in circus elephants, right? And you just you sort of grow it, okay? So you want to make a chain of thought that continues and grows somewhere and gets somewhere. Even if it doesn't get anywhere, it still was a good process. Okay. Step 2, don't ask questions. The reason we don't ask questions in improv, at least at the beginning, is because it's a trick. It's a trick your brain is doing to stop the conversation. I don't want to have a conversation anymore. I don't want to have a free flow of ideas. I want to have you answer my question. You're going to be answering I'm the boss, you're answering my question. So it kills, I've seen so many scenes where there's something interesting happening, what are they going to come up with? What are they going to create here? And then the guy goes, yeah, but why? And dude, you're killing it. Later on, when people get more experience, of course, you can do that, obviously. Support your team. If you're doing an improv scene and somebody runs out and they are performing as though their hair's on fire, and they're getting a lot of attention from the audience. And the reason they did the hair on fire thing is because they want everybody to look at them and have the audience be like, oh, that's that guy. You're not really helping your team, right? You're not really part of a team. So this is kind of the thing. This is where I like improvisation over something like stand-up comedy, right? Stand-up comedy, you could have like a writing partner, but it's very like, it's all about that one person, and it's their kind of career trajectory. Whereas with improvisation, you have a team. It's an organization. It's like a group. So support your team. Don't be a jerk. Okay. All right. So this is an important one. So you're in a scene. Don't play a character. Don't play a character. We don't need to see like your awesome quote unquote impression of your uncle from Radom. Just who are you? I want to see you. Like if you're on stage, I want to see who you are, what your ideas are. Unless this is a critical one. Unless you're an asshole in real life. In that case, play a character that's not an asshole, right? So, I mean, if you're just like an asshole, I don't know, maybe don't do improv. Okay. This one is a weird one to communicate to people. It's a hard one to communicate. So it's basically that when you're doing an improv scene, okay, just think of like a Zen situation. You are doing the scene. You are in the scene. That is your entire world. Nobody cares inside the reality of the scene if your uncle from Radom just died in a truck accident. That's not happening right now. You're in this bubble of reality called the scene. You're in the scene. Forget about all that crap that you're going through, all your problems. You don't have time for your projects. It doesn't matter. You're in the scene right now, okay? So whatever your scene partner just did, yes and that, accept that, and go with that. Now a lot of people get scared. They say, no, hold on a second. I got my whole life. I got my kids. I got this whole, yeah, okay, we're talking about 5 minutes of your life, okay? You can take a slice, okay? A slice is not going to kill you for that long of a time. Okay, this is really important. This is very important. Before we do any improv here today, I don't know how much time we have, but if we do any improv, do not try to be funny at any time, okay? Why not? I'll tell you why not, okay? When people try to be funny, it doesn't usually work, okay? It just doesn't work. But if you want to be funny, try to be serious. Be very serious. Be like as serious as hell. Like you're talking about your boss is about to fire you, right? And you're going to respond in a very professional way. If you're that serious and you're doing an improv scene, that'll be hilarious. It'll start to be funny because people will start to relate to you. Right? But if you're trying to be funny, people are like, what is this? I don't buy it. This is BS. Okay. So play the game at the top of your intelligence. What this means is like, don't dumb things down so the person that's playing with you feels sort of lost and the audience is laughing at you because they think that they should be laughing or something like that. It should be funny because it's real. Like it should be funny because people in the audience are like, oh, yes, like, this exactly, even though it doesn't make any sense, actually, this is exactly what my life feels like, for example. Okay. 7, of course, listen. So you really have to focus on what the person's saying. So if the person is talking to you and they're saying something about, hey, man, I bought this 1987 Mercedes. It's really nice. It's got blue tint. What do you think I should do? And if you're over there daydreaming and you're like, oh, what? The audience might laugh, but it's like a pity laugh. It's like you're not carrying the scene. You're not doing anything. You're just like, oh, I've got something else in my mind. So if you're not listening, it's like a ping pong. It's like a one-man ping pong without a wall, right? Doesn't work. Okay, give space. This is the last rule. This is the last rule of the basic rules. What this means is if somebody comes in and they're about to say something, give them a second. Give them a second. Just let them breathe a little bit. Let them start to say it. Because what happens a lot of times when people are getting started is they talk. Everybody's talking super fast. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's happening. It's stressful. It's anxious. It's strange. So give people some space. Give them a breather. Okay. All right. So where can I use improv in real life? These are places I have used improv for sure. Job interviews. You're saying, doesn't make any sense. Job interview is serious. What did I say before? What did I say? Don't try to be funny, right? Be serious, right? A job interview is serious. Improv is serious. So be serious. But when the interviewer asks you a question, you yes and them. You say, yes, of course, we worked on that project. We also did this project. We also developed that. Oh, that's cool. That's great. Okay. As opposed to, I have 35 questions for you now. Okay. Developing ideas. Now, this doesn't work for everybody, but for me, it works for some things. It depends. It's mostly for creative ideas. But let's say you are working on some product or something, and you do an improv scene of people using that product. Even though it sounds ridiculous, how would that be helpful? You actually might end up saying things or uttering things that are like, wait, that is kind of a good idea. That is possible that would happen. Maybe we should fix that. So it's sort of a way to play with ideas in a very organic way. Be ready for anything. I don't know how applicable this is, but like I made it here, I think at the skin of my teeth. Like I had to catch a train, then I had to figure out which bus to take, what was going on. Like you have to keep your mind open, and I think being an improv helps you be quick on your feet, hopefully. Okay, 2 types of improv real quick. Short form versus long form. Okay, so short form is great if you don't know what you're doing, which is this group of people. We do not have any improv experience. So in short form, I describe a game. You just play the game. You play the game. That's all you do. Simple. Okay, but long form is different. Long form is based on, you just get a crazy suggestion. Or not crazy, that's a bad word. Just you get a suggestion, something interesting, okay? So somebody suggests polar bears in California. It's a new fitness club, okay? That's the suggestion. And you start, maybe just 2 people walk into the fitness club, they start chatting. There's nothing going on, there's no game. But the players amongst themselves organically start to develop a game. Now the idea is when they both realize there's a game, then you start playing the game. It's a much more difficult version of improv that we don't have, unfortunately, time for. But it's a way more fun because it just goes so much further. Okay. The hard truth. I have to tell you this before we even attempt to even play a one-person game. A lot of improv done by amateurs is unwatchable. It's very painful. It's difficult. It's mostly because people are not listening, right? So if you're playing with people and they're not listening to each other, it's horrible. Okay. So make sure you listen to people. All right. But what do I say? Even if you go to a horrible improv show, it's still probably psychologically healthier for you than doom scrolling Reddit or binge watching Netflix or doing some other horrible modern activities that we do every single day. I'm guilty. Okay, so these are the raw benefits of improv. Meet new people, get out of your head, break out of your box, experiment with ideas as a group, be yourself. For some people, it's easier to be themselves on stage. Okay. So real quick, before we do the high energy stuff, how can I get into this whole thing? So here's how you start in improv. You take a workshop, which is usually led by someone who has some experience in improv. Then you get a bunch of people that took workshops, and you form a cohesion, a group, which is called a troupe. Then you practice, and you either hire a coach or you get somebody that is the best in your team, right? So if you're the best person in your team, you say, hey, can you coach us? Because we're like totally zeros. And they, okay, I'll coach you. I feel pity for you, sure. Okay, and then just do a show, okay? Do a show anywhere. Just do a show. It could be at your company lunchroom. It doesn't matter. Just do a show. Profit again, probably not going to happen. Okay. This is not something you're going to do to become wealthy. This is something that while you're becoming wealthy, you maybe do something else with your time that's not skiing. Okay. So, so this is real quick. This is like if you're watching a scene, if you're in a scene, let's say there's 3 people here, there's a person here. They're doing a scene. This person out here realizes that the entire audience is like, they've lost focus, they're not paying attention. You just yell scene, which calls quits. It's a beautiful technique. It should be used more often. Okay. This is the hard part, ladies and gentlemen. I know we have an IT crowd here, and you're not really into interaction, communication, doing anything live. Let me see how much time. We still have plenty of time. Okay, so who's ready for an improv jam? What is an improv jam? What does that mean even? Okay. So an improv jam is improv performance that is made up of randomly organized people, such as we have here, okay? So it's completely perfect for this situation right now. It's ideal. And since you already know the basics of improv, because I just went through that list of 8, I'm sure you all remember the list of 8. You at least remember listen, okay? If you just remember yes and listen, I think we got a chance here. Okay, let's try a quick, we have to do a warm-up, because if we don't warm you up, it's going to be it's going to be so much worse than it can be. There's nothing worse than improv without a warm-up, okay? So, let's try to do this. Sir, in the white, your name? Pavel, okay, very good. So, Pavel, you're going to be in the middle of the room, and you're going to be on the right half. And everyone in the left, on this side of Pavel is going to be the left half. It's flipped. I'm over here. Okay, everybody on this side, your sound is cha. Cha. Everybody on that side your sound is chi. Okay. Pick one. Pick one, you're a free bird. Okay, so this is what this is going to look like. Think of these as volume adjusters, okay? I'm pointing at you, so I want to hear some cha. Cha, cha. Higher, louder, all as loud as you can. Okay, louder. There you go, okay. Okay, and then chi. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. Very good. That was actually really good. I'm not saying that. I'm very impressed with your behavior. Okay, so that was the post-lunch warm-up. All right, the first game, this is the simplest game that I could come up with that we could play. I didn't make this game up. I mean, from the list of thousands that are available. Also, this just real quick. Improv is sort of like open source in a sense. So there's just a bunch of games. There's like thousands of them. You just pick one to choose. Okay, so how does work? I love I don't know why, but it feels so natural. So because we say all the time. Okay. But in this case, whoever's on stage, they're going to be speaking. They're going to be saying something. They're going to be talking about some topic we're going to come up with in a second. When they say any of you, yes, you have the power. Any of you could just shout out a random word. Then that person on stage will have to say the word and make it make sense in whatever they were talking about. So if, for example, they're talking with their wife about how they maybe want a divorce, and the person says, and the audience says, potato, then you'd have to say, potato, honey. Potato soup. I'm sick of all the potato soup, all the time. I can't eat dill anymore. I can't look at dill anymore. Susan. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, so what we can do to really just start slow here, I'm going to try to do and then if there's one person out here that has huge cojones, right? Brave. Maybe you're a senior director or something, you've spoken in front of people. Then I would like you, after I try it, I would like one volunteer to try it. But there's no pressure, there's no stress, because again, stress really kills the atmosphere. Okay, so let's try real quick. Let's get a suggestion. One thing I would like a general location, please avoid toilets. Some location that is interesting, something interesting. Come on. Ukraine? All right. We're going to try it. Well, that could have been worse. That could have been much worse, actually, options. Okay, so Ukraine, and then give me one profession. What's a profession? Software developer? A software developer in Ukraine. How unique. Okay, great. And could one of you tell me what is a reason that one of you stopped being friends with one of your friends? What's the reason? Money? Money. Okay. All right. I'm going to try this again. I'm also experimenting right now. So we're going to try to do Ukraine. I'm a software developer, and something with money. Okay. All right. So I had a really tough time. I was starting my software business, and there was no money for computers. I couldn't get any computers. So I decided to raise some money. I had an idea for a startup. The app was going to be named Duck. And the reason why it was going to be named Duck was because I was so convinced that church was a place where people go to socialize, to integrate, to converse, to do business, right? So what Duck does is it's a distributed, unified church connection. We did the K, we were crazy like that. So Duck is what's going to connect you with your churches. Now, I thought that was great, but I didn't know how to raise money. I just had an app idea. So I needed to go and kebab. I needed to go to kebab. I hadn't eaten in a couple hours, and I was like, I cannot do startups without some energy, right? So I went to the kebab guy, and I said, give me an extra large kebab, make it spicy. And he looks at me and he says, he looks at me and he says, waterfall? And I say, agile. Wait a minute. Waterfall. It's perfect. Churches are traditional. Waterfall is traditional. So I got my kebab and I went home, but I still didn't have money. I had a way to build the software, okay? But I didn't have money. So I decided to go to the bank. I went to the bank in Lviv. I went to the bank, and I sat down with the bank manager, and I said, I need to have some money for my app. I'm not going to tell you about it yet. I just want to know, can you loan me some money? He looks at me with the weirdest, strangest expression, kind of smiling, kind of sad. And he says, socks. He says socks. And I say socks. And he says, pressed? Pressed, okay. Pressed, socks. I got it. I understand, sir. I'm going to start pressing socks for money. I'm going to be the best. These socks will be perfect, okay? To the atomic scale. They will be no one will have pressed socks like my pressed socks. So I went out and I started pressing socks, and within 2 weeks I had made 334 hryvnia, which wasn't enough to start a startup company. Thank you. Okay. Now, thank you. Anyone in the audience? Is anyone in the audience ready to attempt something like this? If you're not, we'll continue. Yes, good, come on up here. Awesome. All right. And sorry, your name is? Peter. Peter? Yeah. Okay, very good. I'll be here. I won't be in the scene, but I'll be here just to help you out. Okay, so for Piotr, give us a location. It can be anything. It could be inside of a microwave oven. Sorry? Gdynia. Okay, location is Gdynia. Okay. Give our player an animal that you would only find in Germany. A German cat? Okay, German Shepherd, Gdynia. Okay, good. And what is someone allergic to here? Sorry? Electric vehicles? What do you think? Which one do you want? Which one do you want? Cat or electric vehicles? Okay, we'll do cat. We'll do cat. Okay. So Gdynia, German Shepherd, and an allergy to cats. And if you want, I can join you.
Okay.
Okay.
See?
All right, let's try this. Remember, and they will tell you, they will give you a suggestion.
So Gdynia, German Shepherd, allergies to cats.
Yeah. Okay, so, hi, doctor.
Hi, doctor.
Dr. Stevenson.
Yeah, how can I help you today?
Well, it's my dog, Zombie. He's a German Shepherd, and he's got this weird rash.
Yeah, I heard about that. Do you know if your dog ate any mushrooms lately?
I don't think so, except when we were in, battery store? Okay. Except when we were in the battery store, I think my dog ate some batteries, maybe. Some AAA.
I heard about that at one of the conferences I attended recently, that there is a plague of dogs eating mushrooms. I never heard about batteries, but maybe those batteries were produced somewhere where some cats were present as well, because I heard that cats that are allergic to mushrooms, that when they produce batteries, they play with batteries, they can give you that kind of zombie appearance to your dog.
Okay. Well, what do you suggest we do?
You have to kill him, sorry.
Just a second.
Oh, there's only one other option. Yeah, so refrigerator.
So you want me to refrigerate my dog?
Yes.
For how long?
72 hours only.
What kind of brand name of refrigerator are we talking about here?
Beko.
Beko. Okay, I have a Beko. That's great. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much, doctor. I hope... Oh, sorry. Snake. Snake. Snake is my kid's name. Can you treat him because his name is Snake? He's a human, but...
Sure, I can.
A discount?
I'm very talented. As long as he didn't eat mushrooms or batteries.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Very good. Very good. Thank you. All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can give it back. I don't know. Okay, this game, we're not going to necessarily do this because I don't have a cool prop. I don't have an interesting prop. I need some kind of an object. But this is a great thing to, this is just a great game. Basically, you have some object. You have two people on stage, and they have to do something with that object that object is not. But we'll continue, because I think this is too hard to set up. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is I need, let's see, can we have two people up here? It's going to be impossible. Can we have two people up here? Can we have one person up here? Can we have one person? No? Okay. You want to go again? Come on up here. Let's go. Okay. All right. Now for this, I'm going to be down here. Again, I think we can hear each other. It's not that, I don't know if you need microphones, but come on up here. Okay, you are Pavel? Piotr. Sorry. Piotr and? My name's Kamil. Okay, Piotr and Kamil. Okay, the way New Choices works is, again, we're going to set you up with some kind of a scene. You're going to be doing a scene. You're going to be interacting. And then I will tell you a couple different things, okay? So if I say new choice, you're going to change what you just said. So you're going to say, Jeffrey, my dog's dead. New choice. Jeffrey, my dog killed my grandmother. I don't know. If I say new position, you just change how you're standing or what you're doing, right? So if I say new position, you'd be like, okay? And I think that's enough. I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay? New choice, new position. Okay. All right. So real quick, location for these two? I don't know how we're going to use one microphone, but it's okay. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Okay. All right, location for them? A boat? Okay, a boat. What time of day is it? Sorry? Evening, okay. And what is their relationship? Just married. We're progressive here. It's IT. Okay. Okay, you two have just been married. You're on a boat. It's the evening. This is New Choices. 3, 2, 1, improv. Go ahead. New choice.
That I see on your small part of behind those clouds. Yes, I think it's yellow today. Exactly, super romantic, isn't it? Sure.
New choice.
It's terrible. Like,
Yeah.
why you told me that it's behind the moon? Can't you see this beautifulness of this moon?
But I agree with you that it's this moon just looks pretty disgusting. I think it's because of the clouds, don't you think?
Yes, I do think from time to time, but I'm disappointed with you.
Okay, that's good to know. Honestly.
New choice.
Oh, what are you talking about? Why are you disappointing in me? We were promising each other honesty.
Yes, but I didn't thought about this kind of honesty.
New choice.
Yes, I'm totally honest with you. So I must say that I lied.
About the moon or about Steven?
New choice.
Did you lie now or was it something more serious?
New choice.
Okay, you lied. I accept that. Good that you admit it. So can we go to the bar get wasted now?
Let's do it. That's why I love you.
Good scene. Thank you. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Should I keep it up here? Okay. I can keep it? Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Very good. I'm very proud of all of you for actually being here and taking part. All right. Word counts. This is more of like, this is good for the programming mindset. This is a good programmer mindset game. Because if you come up here, you do a scene. I just need one person for this. One person. Because we have one mic. We'll keep it one. Okay. The way this works is you're up here. You're doing the exact same kind of thing, except you've got a hard limit on the number of words you can use. And in fact, it's both a minimum and a maximum limit. So this just makes you really think creatively because you're trying to say something, but you have 3 words to say it. You'd like to use 7, for example, or 2, or 1 even. You have to use 3. So we'll try this. You didn't do it. Okay, I'm just kidding. No, is not working right now. Okay, so I just need one person up here. We're going to try to word counts. One person. You can come up here all the time. Don't feel bad about it. This could be your future, thing that you're doing. I think for just being 25, 30 minutes in here, you're doing pretty well. You? Okay, come on up. Okay. And just also, I have no idea what time it is or what's happening right now, so you just let me know how much time. Great. Okay, so we're going to do word counts. Let's say, how many words between 0 and 10 words? Okay, 5. You pick 5 or 7? 5, because you have to sit there and count like. Okay, and me 0 and 10. 3. Okay, oh, thank you. Okay, give us a location, some kind of location. Library? Okay, very good. What is his role? Cleaner? Okay. And what is my role? Student? Okay. Here's your mic.
Avoid asking questions?
Try to, but again, those are just suggestions. It's just a very...
So the best thing I could do is act?
Yeah, just act. More focus on communicating and just using 3 words, right? 3?
5.
5. Okay, 5 and 3. Okay, 5 and 3. All right, so let's just give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay. I wasn't here.
So where were you today?
In the class.
I'm so glad for you.
This mess. Really?
I have no clue who.
I know who.
So tell me who did.
I want to.
And who are you?
Yesterday, something happened.
I don't really care.
You just don't.
Yes, I don't care at all.
Should I clean?
As you wish, you dirty.
Give me mop.
Take whatever you want.
That is all.
You can do better than.
I will try.
Do it even better than.
You are wonderful.
Do you need a job?
Yes, I do.
How much do you want?
Just for food.
Great, you are hired today.
Scene, thank you. Awesome, awesome. Very good, very good.
Jesus, it's so hard with counting.
Thank you. Okay, very good. How much time do we have? 6 minutes. Oh, okay. All right. This one I would love to do, but you're not motivated enough. Because you'd have to have like 6 people up here. Let me just tell you about this game just so you have it in the back of your mind, okay? Imagine 6 people getting into random positions, okay? And I don't see them as the host. I don't see them getting into the positions at all. I have no idea. But I have to give a presentation on whatever they're doing. And it has to be all making sense. So for example, I would be like, let's say in Argentina on a family vacation. They get into some bizarre positions. And I have to explain that family photo, what was going on, what was happening. Very fun game. It's about 8 people you need. Well, 6, even we could do it with 5. But again, I don't think we can have, do we have 5 people here for this? I don't think we do. Do we have 5 people? No, okay. Foreign film dub is another fun one. So this is one where you are doing a scene, but you're using something we like to call gibberish. And people are going to cheat because some people know 5 languages, and I don't know if it's Tamil or it's gibberish, okay? But the idea with gibberish is something like so you're doing a scene, you're talking like that. Nobody has any idea what anyone's saying. That's why you have to have a lector or a dubber, right? So there are 2 people that are acting, there are 2 people that are doing the dubbing. So the dubbers would say, usually after a long amount of talking in the foreign language, they would say something like, yes. But it's a fun game for sure. Okay. Sentences, which I was hoping we could play. I think we can play this. We still have 5 minutes, 4 minutes? All right. So I want you just write a sentence on here. If you have a pen, if you don't have a pen, do we have a pen? Any pens? I hope we have a pen. We probably don't have a pen, but maybe somebody has a pen. Does anybody have a pen? Okay, pass this pen around. Be nice. So what you're going to do, just write one sentence on this card, and we're going to say it during a scene. We're not going to know what the sentence is. It's going to be a surprise. This is a great one. Here. There you go. Okay, anybody? Here? If we can get that pen. Thank you for that pen. I know it's probably a family heirloom or something. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to need, because I know everybody wants to go to that coffee break. I need one person that's going to come up here and do this sentences game. This is probably the most interesting game that we've done so far. One person, it could be a repeat. We're not judging you. So just take your time and make that decision. Sorry? Are you done? So fold it in half when you're done and just like hold it up so I can pick it up. Any sentence like, God, that is such a sweet chair. You're done? Good. Okay, I'm not looking at it. Okay, fold it in half. Okay, I kind of saw it, but I didn't really read it all the way. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. Okay, great. Hope we have time for this. This is a good one. Okay, while they're filling those out, let's just go through the rest real quick. Questions only. I wanted to really do this. Is a fun one. You basically have a line of people. Two people are talking with each other, doing a scene, but the only way that they can communicate is by asking direct questions. It totally violates one of the rules, but it's a lot of fun. We can't do that. Couldn't have time. Freeze tag is again amazing. You're doing a scene. Anybody in the audience yells freeze, but if you yell freeze, you have to run up on stage, take the person out, they leave, you take their place, you start a new scene based on the position. So we're not at questions yet. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's do this real quick. Okay, can I have one person up here that is just feels like they're ready for this? They're ready to come up here, just do a real quick scene with me. One person. I know you're just here. You're making me happy, but you're just doing that to drop off the paper. Okay, can I get one person? One person. One person. One person? One person. Yes, thank you. You are the savior. I'm so glad, Piotr. Okay, all right. All right, so here's your microphone. We're going to do this. We have like 1 minute left. Okay, let's go fast here. Okay, cool. Here, there's a bunch. Don't look at those. Put them in your pocket. Let me move my strange wallet over here, okay? I've got a couple of them. Okay, all right. Real quick. Location. What? A graveyard, good, something juicy. Okay, a graveyard. When you were on vacation last time, when did you just feel really like angry for some reason? Just kind of general situation, what was going on? Just where you were just like, oh, this is terrible. Okay, your kids, okay. Graveyard, annoying children, and just, what is your favorite dessert? Chocolate pudding. Okay. Chocolate pudding, annoying children, in a graveyard. All right.
Makes sense.
You will choose whenever you want. You just pull out that paper and you read it, but you make it make sense with whatever you're talking about. Okay. All right, let's try this. 3, 2, 1, improv, go. Okay.
This is a nice grave. Do you think we should reserve it for our future generation?
I mean, yeah, I like it, but when I look at it, just the shape, I'm not with the shape. The shape, it looks like a bird giving birth to the earth.
Yeah, I guess let's try to find a smaller one, more subtle one. It will be cheaper as well, right? So less cost.
Wait a minute. What? Why is there a bunch of chocolate pudding on this? Those crazy kids! I started this graveyard.
Stars wouldn't shine without darkness. So someone just decided that this pudding makes this place a better place. Maybe they had a relation with the deceased one, and their favorite food was,
You're right. I was being selfish. I was thinking about myself, about my grave prophets. You're right. The pudding makes it look much better. It's smoother.
It is. I think it's kind of moving that someone gave that much thought with actually putting pudding to their deceased ones.
Yeah, but I have to tell you something right now. I've wanted to tell you this for weeks. I just want to jump on one leg now. It really makes me feel, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm alive again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think we need we need something positive in our life. What are we doing? Walking
we're just
around
digging
the grave?
graves.
I know, for our children. What is that? I know they're annoying.
Our children aren't just annoying. You know what little Jessupe, you know what she said? She came up to me. She's this big. She came up to me and she said, I'd like my steak now. We're vegetarians.
Yeah, I know, but she has her needs. I mean, we have to we are vegetarians, but we have to understand that other people are smarter.
It's true. It's true. Our children are much smarter than we are.
Yes. You know my favorite sentence that they say when they go to bed?
What?
They say, it's going to rain.
Graveyards love rain. It gives it that mood. Without the rain, it wouldn't be sad enough. It would be kind of slightly sad. But hey, I got a letter from your mom.
Oh, what did she write? She wrote a letter.
It was really short. She just said, I love mushrooms. I didn't know your mom loved mushrooms.
Well, I kind of don't talk about that, but my mom does a lot of drugs, and I can understand the scene behind her writing her letter. But that's interesting because I don't think she was not into letters, so I'm surprised she never wrote me one.
She wrote it to me, but she did this weird thing where she sent me a text message, and it just said, "I was there before." Do you think she did the pudding thing?
I don't think so, but I also got a cryptic message from her. Maybe it's a riddle that we need to solve together.
What does it say? Read it.
Mine says, the duck have ruined this country.
The duck? It's that app! It's that church app. It's making nobody get buried anymore in proper grave sites. Thank you. Scene. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this bizarre improv workshop / talk. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? And I'll answer any questions. No? No? Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. See you later.